everyone, and welcome back to the TCG Rundown. I'm Silver.
I'm Andrew.
And we have some smashing Lorcana news today.
We do.
So we're recording this on a Wednesday, which is a little out of, our routine. But today was the first ever Lorecast on Twitch. And if you missed it, go back and check it out on YouTube. There was a lot of really important information dropped. We got new spoilers.
For the new set, yep.
We got some organized play updates.
Yes. Small updates about the judge program and ruling, the comprehensive rules.
Fingers crossed, guys. We're going to have them this week, they said. So
that's what they're saying.
You know what we're going to be doing a couple videos about. There's no way we're going to fit that in one video. We also found out about a shiny new product. And we got our release dates for set 4.
Yes, and challenges.
Yeah, Lorcana challenge.
That's the big thing.
That is the big thing. But for those of you keeping score, the next set 4 is Ursula's Return. It's going to hit your LGS on May 17th, and then it'll hit retail May 31st.
Nice.
Which, it's March right now, but that's going to come up pretty fast.
Yeah, March has already been going through really fast. So
we've got a new feature franchise in this. We've got Encanto.
Yes.
Which I am super hyped for. The starter deck, one of them is Amber Amethyst, and it features the entire Madrigal family.
Yes.
So that's going to be really cool. There are some interesting synergies in there. We're not going to dive down into the spoilers today, just because there would be a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah. They shared a lot of spoilers in this in the Lorecast, and but we really want to touch on the stuff coming for the upcoming Lorcana challenge. Want to talk about some of the new product stuff that they're going to be coming out seems really super exciting, like the new co-op.
So the new co-op mode is called Illumineer's Quest, and the way they're saying it is kind of like this is a way for families to come play together without having to verse one another. It's meant more as a casual format, and a lot of folks today were comparing it to Arch Enemy in Magic, or the old raids in the World of Warcraft TCG, which I think I might be the only person here that played that, but it's going to be interesting. You get a super secret contract card in there
that you can't open until you have completed it.
You're not supposed to open it.
Not supposed to. There's a lot of spoilers with it. So don't be that person. Don't go and spoil things for people.
The team at Ravensburger were like, please, no spoilers, guys. Some people actually really like this lore. Don't throw it out there. But as soon as that product drops, those are going to be on eBay.
Yep. So do what they say and silence everything.
If you care about the lore anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it sounds kind of cool. The Illumineer's Quest is going to be versing Ursula. She's kind of the big bad for, I guess you would call it this block, the first 4 sets.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see how they design it, like with the sort of villain deck and the hero decks. The set itself comes with two decks for players.
Right.
But they did say you could bring in other decks, which is interesting. I don't know how that would work out.
Yeah, I know there's also different difficulties as well. So there's like a easy mode that you can go with, or there's also like a really difficult mode that you can go with as well. So that will be interesting to see how they incorporate all of that with this.
It's probably something we're going to pick up. We might even play it here.
Maybe.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. It could be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. So let's keep an eye out for that.
Sure.
Other big kind of product news, they're going to be moving away from featuring current set art on the accessories that are dropped with each set. Mm-hmm. So moving forward with set 4, it's going to feature, it can feature art from any previous card. So we're getting some really, really cool Rapunzel playmats.
Yes.
That feature, is it Gifted Artist?
I think so.
The one where she's dangling from her hair and painting.
Yes.
And we're getting a big Tink playmat, which a lot of people are hyped for. Personally, I like the Rapunzel better, but I think that's just because people in my circle seem to be obsessed. Obsessed with Rapunzel. And if you are obsessed with Rapunzel, there is some great and exciting news coming up.
Yes, definitely. So we should just dive right into it.
Let's just dive right into the Lorcana Challenge.
So Lorcana Challenge we got a lot of updates on it. We got dates on some of the U.S. and European events for the Lorcana Challenge.
I believe it's May 25th and June 17th?
No, June 8th.
June 8th?
Yeah,
Wow.
they're not that far. So there's going to be 2 events here in the U.S. First one will be in Atlanta, Georgia, and the second one in Chicago.
And that's just 2 to start that they're announcing today. There are another 4 North American tournaments planned.
Yes. Now, I will tell you right now, these events are capped out at 512 people, which seems like a lot, but because of how popular Lorcana is, it's going to sell out fast. So make sure you're ready to buy those tickets immediately.
And let's not forget the whole fiasco with Gen Con's events where they had to go back, reset everything, and resell the tickets.
Yes.
Hopefully things are a little bit better this time around. They've learned their lesson. They did also say in the Lorecast that if they sell out that cap really fast, they would consider opening it up to more signups. Because this is going to be the only, well, not the only event, but the feature event at something that's going to take up an entire conference center.
Yes.
So this is going to be kind of on the same scale as your Star City Games events.
Possibly bigger.
Or your DreamHack.
Yeah.
But they are going to have side events.
Yep.
And activities for families and things like that. It's going to be really exciting. So Atlanta's the first one in May.
Yes.
And then June is Chicago.
Yes.
And those are both relatively close to us. So I'm excited.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out which ones, if not both, if we're going to go to those. So
I'd say definitely Chicago.
Yeah. But on top of that, they've also released some of the prizing, some of the special prizing cards that you get, like the participation one, top 64, top 32, top 16, and top 4.
So it's really cool. These tournament promos have their own special foiling treatment, and they feature unique art. So they're definitely going to have collector appeal. Every single person who participates in the Lorcana Challenge is going to be getting a full art Dragonfire.
It is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. They went back to the original artist and had him actually extend the art to take up the full card.
Yeah.
The new background, or the rest of the background rather, is super sweet. And then it's got this sort of swirly foil treatment that just looks great.
Definitely.
All right, so the top 64, your first cut is going to be getting a full art Let It Go, which, if you're into Frozen,
yes,
is so pretty.
It is very
It's new
pretty.
art, I think.
It's somewhat new art, yes. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, they just did the same treatment, but extended it out like they did with Dragonfire.
Exactly. They extended it out, made it... Honestly, think of these as like, when we were talking about them, like their own version of like an Enchanted.
They have a special stamp and everything.
They do.
So there's going to be no hiding the fact that you've got this unique promo from your challenge event. And like I said, it's going to be top 64 of a 512 person event. So there aren't going to be a lot of these.
Yeah. You kind of want to be prepared.
Anyway, top 32 gets but a special Cinderella Stout-Hearted, which has actually new art, and it is so cute.
It's very cute.
Really true to the original Cinderella, but she's still got her, knight in shining armor look. It's got swirlies all over it. It's so pretty. And the way they did this, like the details on the armor really plays in well with the foiling. So
definitely.
All After that, the top 16, I believe it was, get the special Rapunzel gifted with healing, the single most popular card in set 1.
Yes.
She's got all new art. She's a full art treatment with the special foil, and it's really pretty.
It's very pretty.
But now I think they didn't say if you get all of these if you top.
I would assume you would.
I would certainly hope so, but
that'd be silly if you didn't.
Yeah.
But you probably, everyone does.
Top 8 gets a special playmat of that Rapunzel art that says, Lorcana Challenge Champion at the top.
And it is foiled out.
It's foiled. I am excited for this. There are some artists on Etsy and Facebook that do like hand foiling on playmats, but I haven't really seen them come out on retail mats much.
Now, we might not be able to get a picture of this one out just because we've been kind of looking for it. Because I believe they showed it on the Lorecast a little bit.
They showed it on the Lorecast really briefly, but I will tell you there's no way that picture does justice to the foiling.
Right.
So definitely keep an eye out for that. It's going to be awesome. And like they said, if you come and you put this down at an event, you're going to know that person's a serious Lorcana player because they top 8 at a 512 plus person event.
Yeah. And then the top prize,
top 4.
Top 4.
They didn't reveal this one. They told us what it is, but they didn't show us the art. It is a serialized Brave Little Tailor.
Yes.
So each one of these is going to be stamped with a serial number. You will know exactly who won that card and when, which is going to be huge for collector provenance. And then for the winner, you get an invite to regionals.
Oh, I believe that goes to top 8.
Oh, does it?
Top 8 will each get an invite to the big championship.
So it's going to be your regionals, North America or Europe, depending upon where you're competing.
Yep.
But it's really exciting. These prizes are super cool. I am really itching to get my hands on them. We'll see if I'm able to do that or not.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to have to play our hearts out. We're going to have to be ready to go because these challenges do have a little bit of a shake-up. They have changed something that we are going to touch on that's very important. It is not going to be best of 3.
Instead, they're doing a 2-game round where the each player gets a chance to go first.
Yep. And
the total, each game win is worth a point. If you go 2-0, you get a bonus point for 3 points. It's a little wonky to me, but as they explained it, it makes sense. They're trying to improve the experience for less competitive players who, you know, the sort of folks that'll go, they'll play their 2 rounds and then they'll drop because they have no chance of prizing.
Right. It's basically they're trying to do something different is the biggest thing here. Every other TCG out there, usually 9 times out of 10, runs a best of 3 Swiss, and Lorcana is trying to do something different to bring in more of player base, make it more friendly. They've done a lot of testing with this outside, and this is all based off of the Lorecast. Like, they gave an example of somebody who basically went 2-0 on all their rounds, and then on the last one they ended up dropping a round, going 0-2, still ending up being first just because of how the points equal out. It also helps with getting to the right opponent as well.
Yeah.
So with how best of 3 works right now is you play a best of 3 games. So if you win 2-0, you get 3 points. If you're 2-1, you get the 3 points. But if you don't win, you get 0 points. Or if you draw, I think it's like a singular point.
I don't
Something along those lines. But now with how this format's going to look, it's going to be where you're going to get a point. If you do the 2 games, you get a point per win. If you go 2-0, you get 3 points. You get an extra point, so you go up to 3. And then what the big thing here is, let's say you're playing the game. You win game 1, but your opponent wins game 2. You each get a point, but when it comes to tiebreakers, the winner of game 2 is going to have an edge.
That makes it really interesting because they're also changing the roll to go first rule.
Yes.
So each player in a 2-game match gets the chance to go first. The winner of the dice roll at the beginning gets to choose if they want to go first or second. And this is already a hot debate online on the Discords and on Facebook, whether it's best to go first in the first game or the second game. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are.
Honestly, it's going to depend on the kind of deck you play. For example, the deck I've been kind of playing with a lot that I've been enjoying the most, Emerald Amethyst, I would probably choose to go first in the second game. Just because of the fact that getting that extra card on the game 1 is usually a good thing. Plus, I can see what kind of colors that my opponent's playing when they go first. If I'm playing something a bit more aggro, or I'm like, I want to get out the door swinging, I may actually just want to go first in that first game. Just to really assert dominance and say, hey, I'm going, this is how we're going to go. This is how fast we're going to play.
So we should also note real quick that the 2-game match is only going to be for day 1. Once they do that top cut, it's going to switch to your standard best of 3 Swiss.
And another thing to also point out here too is this is just going to be for the challenges. They have come out and said that they are not going to force LGSs or anyone else to do this kind of setup, this type of format. So if the LGSs want to continue still doing best of 3, they're more than welcome to, but for the challenges, they are going to be doing this 2-game format.
And you don't want to confuse the Lorcana challenges with the set challenge that's coming up.
Yeah.
That is a completely different beast, and in the rules for those, it does say best of 3 Swiss. Yeah. So if you want to start practicing for your upcoming Lorcana challenge, just remember that a lot of events are still probably going to be best of 3.
And guys, give it a chance before you start. I know there was a lot of negativity in the Twitch chat today about this. And I even had to go up there and speak and be like, guys, let's give this a try first before we just start automatically singling it out. A lot of the people they hear something not best of 3 and they freak out and they whine about it.
Oh, it is very new. And I'll admit, my knee-jerk reaction was, this is horrible. This is disgusting. Why would we do this? But as they explained it and sort of went into more of the reasoning behind it and sort of the player reactions from their testing, I think this may be a good change. I'm willing to give it a chance.
It's amazing what happens when you stop and listen to what they have to say before we start assuming the worst.
Outrage only. This is the internet, sir.
Yeah, before we start assuming the worst to change.
So yeah, I'm really excited for those tournaments. I can't wait to see who's actually going to be running them. I know the tournament organizer for the European one has already been announced. Yeah. They already have all the information up on their website. Entry fees are €50 for the European one, and tickets go on sale Monday.
Yeah, for at least the European ones.
So for the Paris event, be ready to start smashing that sign up button on Monday. And we do know for now they're running with Melee. It was kind of hinted that they might be doing their own tournament software. Yeah,
it was kind of hinted that they were looking at their own stuff on that, which would be interesting because they said they would be rolling out to LGSs and stuff, their programs and stuff like that.
Melee is terrible.
Melee has a lot of issues that can't be fixed.
Terrible.
I think that's it.
I think that's it for this chunk. Like I said, they did say on the Lorecast we're going to be getting our comprehensive rules and judge program information.
Yes.
This week, maybe next week, but hopefully this week.
Then they did say they were going to be rolling out a judge test internally. Just to see
there's
how
going to be like a limited judge test, and then it'll be opened up more broadly. Yeah. I'm really, really hoping that they offer it to some of the existing event judges for like the third-party events, but that's just me being selfish.
Sure.
So anyway, that's it today for the TCG Rundown. I'm Silver.
I'm Andrew.
and we will see you next time. If you like what you saw, drop us a like, subscribe, share us around. Check out our sibling channels, Board Game Rundown, Miniatures Rundown, and RPG Rundown.
Yeah, and make sure you let us know in the comments what you think about all this. We really want to hear everyone's thoughts on it.
Peace.
See ya.